I am Mary Magdalene and I'm here in your midst. I would like to touch each one of you and place a gentle kiss on your cheek. You are so dear to me. I love you. I see your courage and strength. It costs you quite a lot to be here on the earth, in this vibration, where fear and violence often still set the tone. There is now a lot of information that frequently becomes available on the news media that demands your attention. Everything old and dark that has been repressed and kept hidden is coming to the surface. Modern technology plays a role in doing that, because it helps to make things more transparent in your society. More information than ever before is being disseminated, and many shadowy motives and practices are being exposed. So it then appears as if there is an intensification of evil, of darkness. However, what is actually happening is that things are coming to the surface, becoming more visible now than ever before, because there are huge processes of transformation at work on Earth. What is being exposed to the light are old layers of the abuse of power, tyranny, fear, and despair. And that is a good thing. Because with a step toward more transparency, it is possible to act differently. Awareness comes before change, which is the way it always is. This is the phase of consciousness that humanity and the earth are now going through at the global level. The processes that are taking place in each of you individually, the coming up of old layers of fear, anger, and pain, are also taking place collectively on a large scale. The good news is that the world is ready for this. Space is needed to allow old and hidden things to come to the surface, and that is now the case. Consciousness has already changed, it is more open to truth and honesty. Feel that deep within. Feel a stream of consciousness that is focused on openness and transparency, on the search for truth, and on the denouncing of injustice and unfairness. That stream of consciousness exists in the world, so connect with that flow of truth. This is the flow of consciousness in which your soul wants to move, because your soul wants to contribute to revealing more truth. There is a powerful impulse in your soul to support consciousness transformation, but there is also confusion in your mind, because to be in support of consciousness transformation means a number of things. The first is that it is necessary for you to step away from the old and become completely honest about your own feelings and motives, in other words, that you learn to be transparent to yourself. For only in this way can you be an example to others. You are on your soul's personal path to transformation into a light worker or a consciousness worker. You are becoming a teacher, insofar as you are stepping away from the old to which you are still bound. Yet that is a step that can instill fear and loneliness in you, at least temporarily. Recognize your desire for truth and your desire to help change this world, your longing for a new earth in harmony with nature, your desire for a world filled with people who can laugh and grow again, and be authentic, free from the fears and tyranny of the past. Your yearning for this is very deep, it is your dream, your ideal. Feel how that makes you different in that you have one leg, that of your soul, already outside the established order. For a moment, identify completely with that side of yourself, the revolutionary, the one who sees and wants to bring what is dark and repressed into the light of consciousness, the one who wants to help birth the new, and that is you. And while you become this more and more, you go through a deep inner process of freeing yourself from fears, from old compulsions, and that is your inner process. Have respect for your own courage and decisiveness. Many of you are confused about the world situation as it now exists. The world is in chaos and the emotional life of the people on earth is, for the most part, chaotic. Everyone is searching, and because of the great number of changes and the massive amount of information available, people now sense much more what their possibilities are, how they can develop, and how they are suffering and what causes their pain. Everything is much more conscious. Before there can be inner harmony and peace, the unrest and pain become greater. and that is the result of becoming conscious. You can no longer hide these things. You see that pain, and from your heart you want to alleviate it in others. Yet at the same time, because you have so much pain in yourself, you are confused as to who you are, where you stand, or where your path lies. Now, imagine that you observe the earth and the people on it as a large globe. You stand outside it and you look upon it as a giant sphere with lots of energies. There is much searching on earth and there is also a lot of pain. Just look at the colors of that sphere. See how they flow and move, and not just the hues of the chaos, but also those of the drive toward innovation. Look and feel what that globe is doing, but know that you may stand outside it, that you may be detached from it. Now take a step back and move your consciousness away from the globe and toward yourself. You have looked at the earth carefully, the energy of humanity. Now focus your attention fully upon yourself and see yourself as an energy form, no longer as a human being, but as an energetic appearance. Look at your heart. Feel how the pain and suffering of humanity have touched you. Feel your compassion, your desire for light. Maybe you can see that most clearly, most especially, with the people you care about in your everyday life, because you want so much for them to have light, love, and healing. See what that does to your heart. Does it tug on your heart? When you feel the pain of another person, you are connected through an energy core to that person which contains dark energies, so you suffer along with them. You do not make yourself bigger, you do not rise above them, you crawl into the skin of the other person and you suffer along with them. Yet, at the same time, you feel powerless to change anything. Look at the energies you carry from the outside world that are not yours, but which make your heart heavy. Allow that energy flow to take the form of a dark color, or a feeling of heaviness, and see what it looks like or where it manifests in your aura or body. Then take another step back. Let go of that energy cord, that chain of compassion, which is squeezing you smaller and causing you to give too much. Take a step back and cut yourself loose from that cord. If you find it hard to do, imagine that I am with you and that I invite you to do this. Take my hand and see in my eyes that it is good that you should let go. It is now your time. Let the gray, dark energies flow away from you and instead envelop yourself with light. That light is simply there, you do not have to create it, it is yours, it is the light you have suppressed. Allow yourself to be completely surrounded by that light, whatever color it takes. Now you are even farther from earth and from other people. You are drinking from the energy of your soul, the part of you that observes and oversees, that which makes things transparent. Allow yourself to be completely nourished by that energy, from head to toe, and feel how your aura is like an enclosed egg, an oval form that is impervious at its surface. Recharge yourself and feel how you are wholly entitled to nurture yourself in this way. Come home to yourself and let go of everything else. You are able to breathe and feel your original inspiration again. You are born to experience joy. Feel that original joy again, free from all heaviness, and give yourself to that. You are in confusion, and sometimes you are so involved in the suffering on earth, that you forget who you are. You are the representatives of the new energy on earth, especially when you are completely at home in yourself, when you feel at home within your own boundaries. Then you know how to handle your limits. You radiate the new in its optimal form, and there is nothing to change. By being totally yourself, you radiate a new consciousness that cannot help but touch other people. Those who are ready are touched by you without your having to go beyond your limits, without you exhausting yourself, or trying harder, or battling with the pain and suffering of others. This is not the way of the new. Now imagine that this energetic egg, in which you feel safe and light, slowly floats back to earth. As the earth comes closer, you feel light and transparent, and you know that the vibrations of the earth and the fears that live there cannot affect you. See those fears before you as gray vibrations that flow effortlessly around your egg, because they cannot come inside. You hold fast to your own energy, your concentrated fullness, and you feel supported by me, by your own soul, by all that is good and light and joyful. You are allowed to be here from your deepest core, which is light and joyful, wide and beautiful, and free. Imagine that you now land on earth. You stand in an earthly body with both feet firmly on the ground. You first stand on a place in nature with your bare feet on the grass, or on a beach, or wherever you choose, and you bring everything with you, your soul, your inner strength, your resilience, your insights. Attune yourself to this planet, the Earth. Feel how she sees you when you stand in your own strength. Do you sense her enthusiasm? She will support you, give you roots, empower you. Now imagine that you are walking in the heart of a city. It is mayhem there. It is not only busy physically, there are people, cars, noise, but there is also an energy here that is more restless, more chaotic. All those feelings, emotions, and moods of people swirl around you, and there is little of the natural world to provide calm and balance. Yet you stand there in your egg made of light energy, your own energy. Imagine this: you are standing in the middle of a street, or a sidewalk, and take the time to really put yourself there. In the middle of all this concrete of the city, you are aware of Mother Earth, for she is there as well. As a result of her presence, you become aware of the hearts of all the people who are walking here. Among all the superficial emotions, the confusion, haste, impatience, there lives in every human a heart. Stay unattached to all those muddled energies that surge about you, instead, concentrate on those hearts. You feel yourself standing very firmly, that there is an invisible spaciousness around you. Even when people walk close to you, that spaciousness is still there. Feel firmly grounded. You are connected to all these people, yet that need not worry you. Feel the promise out there that exists in each of their hearts. Feel that in the heart of every human being is a desire and a search for truth, for light, although sometimes the truth is found only through all kinds of twisting paths. That, however, is part of the human way. Feel the enormous power and endurance in people and see how there is a logic in each unique way, a direction, a purpose. Trust in their hearts. Do not deny them the twists and turns of their road, do not try to straighten their paths, that is not your business. Your job is purely to touch their hearts by your presence and awareness, and you are already doing that by being present. Imagine that you are standing in the middle of the street and you feel in your heart a gentle intention to reach the hearts of all those people out there with a caress, a tender touch, and that is all. With that gesture you merely say, "I see you," and you remain quietly in your own energy, you stay in your own field, and you maintain connection with your abdomen and your legs and feet, and you feel free. This is your work, to be different, but to still be in the middle of the world, to help, but not to lose yourself in the suffering and pain of others, to give from your heart. On the one hand, you step out of society, but on the other hand, you connect with it from the heart, and by doing this, you fulfill your soul's purpose, and that is your dearest wish. In this way, you are contributing to a different, better world, but you also free yourself from the old, free yourself from what has kept you chained to fear. Wherever you stand on this path, I ask you to respect yourself, to have the courage to withdraw deep within yourself on a regular basis. I ask you to momentarily let go of what links you to everything else and to experience the beauty and power of your soul. From there, you can take another step into the world knowing there is not that much you need to do. It is really about being deeply at home within yourself, about respecting your own soul energy, and from there going along gently with the flow of life. I greet you all with the utmost respect. Feel my admiration for you all. You are the teachers of the new time. Thank you very much.